Hey, what's up? This is Zach here with Laura at the GM podcast in Bangkok. Super excited to be talking about Futurist and ETH Women, everything else that you're involved with. How are you doing?
Amazing. I'm good. Thank you for having me. Obviously, love you. Love Genzio. Honestly, you guys kill it in the Web3 space. Amazing media content, interviews, social media. Just, we really needed like a solid company in this space to kind of just own it. And I feel like you guys are just doing such a great job with these media houses. So this is actually my first time being on one. I'm so excited. So yeah, we're going to talk about Futurist a little bit, ETH Women. So Futurist, we've been doing it for the past 6 years. It's going to be our 7th year in 2025. It's going to be in Toronto again in May. It's going to be May 13th, Toronto. And then we're doing one also in November in Miami / Hollywood, Florida. Because I know like people are very strict on whereabouts in Florida. And it's going to be there. And so we're very excited to announce that shortly, the exact dates and location. But we always have you guys come out. So I'd like to just kind of ask you about what you guys do typically at the conference.
Yeah, sure. Flip the question around on me. I love that. No, I mean, I think what we love to do is work with you guys, create content. And really, what it's about doing is bringing the experience to the people who are watching at home. You guys are watching because obviously we all want you to come to Futurist. It's a fantastic event, and you learn so much interacting with the different companies there. This year, I remember like Coinbase was one of the main sponsors, and the venue's absolutely fantastic. And it was really cool for us because there's a lot of folks who were learning about the industry, and then you had developers as well as really experienced professionals, people who are really well deep into the enterprise and into the industry. So it's just like a really well-rounded event, really excellent speakers throughout, completely packed, amazing venue. And all that to say is like what we love to do is bring the people who are not able to be there into the event to kind of let them see what it's like and to really expand this industry. So it's really an honor to be partnered with you, and it's cool to hear that you've been doing it for, you said 7 years.
Yeah, we're 7th year. Yeah, so it's been crazy. We've actually been doing crypto events since 2014. We did the first Bitcoin Expo in Canada because Ethereum launched in Toronto. And so Tracy, who's the CEO and founder, she worked with the original Ethereum team, and she did the first Bitcoin Expo in Canada with them. And so, yeah, we've really like kind of grown to, just have a well-rounded audience. I love how you said that. I think that's really what the events are about, is like having the experts, having the newcomers, and just bringing Web3 to the masses, crypto to the masses. It's like the best way to learn, right? Like you can answer all your questions, build trust in the systems. Like you can meet the teams behind these like projects that you're not really sure of. At least you can like see the face to it. Like I love that part of it. But yeah, no, you guys do a great job. Just, yeah, like you said, not like for people that can't be there, you show them kind of who's there, you interview the speakers, you do a great job with that. Obviously, the social media. And so that's so important. You allow the event to kind of live on. It's so important, right?
No, thank you. And I have a question because I mean we're sitting here and Bitcoin just broke 82,000. It's
Amazing.
absolutely insane. When were involved in this 6-7 years ago, did you think like one day Bitcoin would be at this? Because it's crazy for me because it's like I'm flying in from Seattle and half the people on the plane are flying here for this event,
That's
and half the
amazing.
people in the airport are here for it, and it's such a global, huge thing now.
Right.
And for people who have been in it for a while, it's crazy to see. I don't know. So like, how do you feel about that? Like how it is now?
Yeah, the transformation, like it's, well, like since like the 2013, 2014, it's been even crazier because it was so like very sketchy back then, and like absolutely like no like wallets and exchanges. It was like USB keys. I didn't buy any. I was like, I don't know what this is. But yeah, and then like it's crazy to see just how cool the interface and stuff, I guess, like of the websites, and just like how user friendly they are now. It's so nice where it's like you just have to like e-transfer money and then you could just exchange it, and it's like all these like just clean like websites, right? That's like I feel like the biggest difference. They're just so user friendly. Yeah, see how many countries have really accepted it, like like that's really, I think, the most impressive thing, like El Salvador and things like that, where they like accept it for taxes and all this crazy stuff. It's like this is getting so big. And my favorite part about crypto is like banking the unbanked, right? Like the whole investment side of it, that's actually like not my favorite part of it, which is a very unpopular opinion. But it's for these countries that just don't have these systems, right? They don't have banks that they can trust. They don't have, just these amazing systems that we take for granted. So when people like say like, oh, it's this and that, I'm like, hey, but you're so lucky you don't need it. Like that's the whole thing. Like you have these systems, you have an identity, you have a birthday. There are these countries that just don't have that. And so they're looking for a system just to transfer money. And it's just, that's how they're gonna, advance like their economy, their people. And so I love that side of it. And I think it's really gonna just help the whole world really like unite. It's like I can finally send money somewhere and not have so much struggle. Like even just ordering banners like in Thailand, like so we're helping Secret run their event on Wednesday. We had to just order these banners, so easy, and then the payment was like so hard. It was like, okay, we have to do a wire, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is so difficult. And I'm like, do you accept Bitcoin?
Yeah, just take crypto. It's like you'll have the money in like 5 minutes.
Yeah. So yeah, no, it's really cool to see how far it's come.
And I really agree with you on kind of those like humanitarian issues. I mean, that's honestly a big part of the reason I got into it as well. And I think that is really important. And you mentioned things like record keeping, which is a huge part of blockchain. And you mentioned birth certificates, I think, which is
crazy.
Massive. Like countries like Papua New Guinea, there's like 50% of people don't have birth certificates.
Yeah.
So it's like insane. And so that adoption is totally going to be there. And I think it's cool, but to talk about this because the place that we're sitting in here in Bangkok is kind of like the epitome of that change. Like, we're looking out on the balcony and you have sky-rise buildings right next to, essentially little modest houses right next to each other. And the people here are adopting crypto at the fastest rate. And in Vietnam actually has the highest penetration of crypto adoption at over 50%.
Really?
So it's they're adopting it faster. So it's kind of interesting. It's like they just get it here. So it's kind of interesting in that experience. I know me and you just got here today, but in the short time that we've been here, what has been your experience sort of in Thailand and meeting with people who are working here in crypto?
Like honestly, you guys are some of the first people I even saw here. It's not gonna lie. But it seems like super exciting. Like you said, I see like actually on our flight we didn't really see that many, but we had like these layovers. So, but usually when we go to conferences, we see so many people like in the industry right beside us, kind of thing. But yeah, like I feel like they're all looking for this simple money transfer system. Like even like we had to go exchange money and it was just such a mission. It was like, oh my God, we have to get their money and this and that. So I can definitely see this like Thailand being, right on board. I could see it right away for sure.
I think that the more that we can expand the space that you've done through your various events and endeavors is going to actually make it better for everybody. So,
That's true.
it's really important work. So thank you so much for the interview. Make sure you follow them on socials, and I'm sure we'll be chatting with you more soon.
Yes, thank you so much, Zach. Thank you for having me.
Follow
Genzio too. We love Genzio. They're the best.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Hey, what's up?
But it's not something Genzio is afraid of.
If you want to survive, you got to build a hive.
You know we do not understand.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Get back at the Genzio Media House.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for joining us today.